So the business was established in 1883 and my wife is the fifth generation of the family. We've run the business for 20 years and through that time we have basically reinvented the business. And the last part of that reinvention was to fit out the offices and to start looking into sustainability more. That's what we've been doing the last 18 months. I meet with some business friends every 3 months, and about 2 years ago, one of them said, "Oh, this grant's come up." Looked at it and straight away saw 2 areas that I thought, right, we could go for that. So normally what I do when I'm applying for grants is to actually get involved with people like Jack and Nick White and other people to say, this is my idea. Can I use it for that? Everybody supported us, going all the way through from even the applications that we put in for money, because cash flow was really important at sometimes. It was very, we found it flexible, worked for us. So the project, there was 2 parts. First of all, was improving our productivity. When we bought the building my father-in-law bought the building in the 1960s with his dad, it was lived in as a flat, and we just adapted it, etc. But it was just an absolute nightmare. And we had a old kitchen and a staff area up there, but it wasn't inspiring. And so the whole point was getting the whole team involved with creating a space that was really going to work for us. But the bigger part of the grant was the sustainability side. And as we started talking about when Phoebe got more involved, we thought, actually, this is really where we want to go. So improving the insulation, improving the envelope of the building, putting in secondary glazing, etc., but also looking at solar.
Keith originally posed the idea of the sustainability grant when I first was working as an apprentice here. And it was kind of like a challenge. It was like, you know what, you want to get to know the business better here, have some of this and do some research and all that kind of stuff. And as I got more into it, it was something that really interested me. It's small things like people will be like, oh, if you offer them a bag, oh, is it a plastic bag? If not, it's fine. Is it paper? Great, okay, I'll do that. Little things that people are aware of nowadays because climate change is such a big topic, especially in the media.
We're not jumping on the bandwagon. We're trying to do it because we want to do it and because we think it's the right thing rather than it's a fad.
Is it a regal thing?
And we want to be seen to be doing it. We're doing it because it's part of what we believe in. We're not just going to put solar up because we're putting solar up because we want to save energy. But first of all, we need to look at the building itself. So we spent quite a lot of time looking at all the nooks and crannies of the holes, putting more insulation in, filling gaps, looking at what's practical. Where the builder was brilliant, he said, you've got to remember, Keith, this is an old building. You can take it so far, but it will never be perfect. What we can do is improve. So looking at every single place, looking at windows, looking at how they've installed, how they're finished, the old windows, the seals on them, all those little things that made the biggest differences in some ways. And they don't cost much. That productivity grant is probably one of the biggest things I've had in the business in my 20 years here. The team works so hard for the business and seeing them you've created, well, is absolutely brilliant. And what that does, that spreads through the business and then that spreads to the customers. And that doesn't, it's not about the sales, it's more about what does Milners mean. So it's the brand, it's the image and what it means to people in the community. So that when they think about us, what do they think of? They think about a trusted brand, people they can trust, they're honest. They do, they're conscious of what's going on in the world. They like to do the right thing, etc., etc. So that's what it means to me. So the future is just building on that. I don't have to worry about, I'm going to find the money to build the actual product. It's now making the product work on me.